Hello friends. Till then, till now, we have learned about the data layer preparation. Now, I must say that this is not the best way to handle the large data, right? So till now in our project, we have a smaller data of athletes. We hardly have around 1 lakh rows in that data. 100,000 of rows are there in this data. But what if we have millions of rows in the data? In that way, in that time, this will not be a right way, or I must say this is not the best way or efficient way to handle the data into the visualization pane. For that time, we need to convert our data layer into a data model, right? So that we can not giving much load to my machine, and we can efficiently use the best insight. We can efficiently derive best insight from that huge data set, right? For the smaller data set, it is okay to keep it as a data layer like we did in the athletes game, but for the larger data, it is always advisable to go to the data model. So, first of all, what exactly is the data model? So, data modeling is the process of analyzing and defining the different data of your business, collect and produces, as well as the relationship between those bits of data. So, this is something that I have taken from the internet. In nutshell, I can say that data model is something that all the information should not be there in one table. Instead of having one big multiple one very big table with all the information, why not to keep this information in multiple different tables, right? So that these tables will be the smaller in size, so that we can fetch, and we can fetch these smaller we can fetch the data from these smaller tables as uh, efficiently as possible. So why we use it as a data model, just to make sure that we have a better efficiency in my data churning thing. And how we can do is, we can convert our data into a multiple dimension of the table, right? So we will see that this in a next lecture. We will see it in more detail, that how and how can we convert our data into a multiple dimension table. So in nutshell, I can say that instead of keeping just one big table, we should have multiple table. Like in this example, I have taken one, two, three, four, five different tables, but they are connected with each other. They all tables are giving some information about my business, about my project, about my any business scenario, but they they all are different, as it indicates in the color that all the tables are different, but are connected to each other with some relationship. So this is kind of a model which I can say that the data is not stored into a one table, but data is stored into a multiple dimensional table and connected to each other. Right? We will convert our data, although in our data which we are doing in our project is not required to do the data modeling, but for demonstration purpose, we will convert that data layer also into a data model, right? So it is not necessary to put it into the data model, but it is always advisable to to make a data model for a large size of data, right? So in the next lecture, we will see our in detail that how to create a multi-dimensional data model, right? Thank you.